Yo Dodgers Nation, hold on to your rally caps because it's Jim Rodriguez here on Dodgers Latest, and we've got a scandal that's bigger than the Hollywood sign. Spring training's still a pipe dream, and already the Dodgers' $300 million juggernaut is teetering on the edge of collapse. Blake Snell, the $182 million lefty who was supposed to be the king of Chavez Ravine, is out there admitting his arm feels tired and exhausted after the World Series grind. Tired? Exhausted? This isn't just a pitcher whining. This is a full-blown conspiracy to derail LA's back-to-back dynasty. Fans are rioting in the comments, front offices are whispering in dark corners, and I'm here to tell you if Snell's shoulder gives out, the entire league's competitive balance flips upside down. It's game-changing, it's controversial, and it's about to blow up in Andrew Friedman's face. Let's break this down like a forensic investigation because the truth is out there, and it's terrifying. Alright, let's set the scene folks because this isn't just a minor hiccup. It's a seismic event that's got the baseball world in a frenzy. Blake Snell, the Dodgers' marquee acquisition, missed 4 agonizing months of the 2024 season due to shoulder inflammation. He pushed himself too hard early, aggravated the injury, and didn't resurface until August. By then he was a shadow of his Cy Young self, but in the playoffs? Oh man, he was a beast, lights out in the NLDS and NLCS, striking out hitters left and right. But the World Series? He struggled and even pitched in relief during that epic Game 7 comeback. Total workload, 61 innings in the regular season, 34 in the playoffs. That's right, half his entire regular season output crammed into a playoff month. Post-championship, Snell's dropping hints about his arm being tired and exhausted, and the Dodgers are slow-playing his winter workouts, banking on him being ready for opening day against the Diamondbacks on March 26th. But here's the kicker. Rumors are leaking that he might not be fully ramped up. People are furious. Dodgers fans are flooding social media with memes of Snell in a wheelchair, media outlets are screaming headlines like, "Dodgers ace on the brink," and rival execs are smirking behind closed doors. Why the outrage? Because Snell's not just a pitcher. He's the linchpin of LA's rotation, the guy who was supposed to pitch 200 innings and dominate. If he's sidelined, it's not just a loss, it's a league-wide earthquake. Rhetorical question. How does a team with unlimited resources let their $36 million man dangle by a thread? And what if this is just the start of a domino effect? Let's keep peeling this onion because the tension's building, and I can feel the conspiracy thickening. To really grasp the gravity, we gotta rewind the clock and dissect these players in the Dodgers machine. Blake Snell's a 33-year-old phenom. In year 2 of that jaw-dropping 5-year, $182 million contract he signed after torching the Padres in 2023 with a 2.25 ERA and 234 strikeouts. He's a southpaw wizard, commanding a 95 to 98 miles per hour fastball with devastating movement, a slider that breaks bats, and a changeup that fools even the best. But his body? It's been a ticking clock. Shoulder issues plagued him before, and last year's inflammation was a wake-up call. The Dodgers scooped him up to anchor their staff, pairing him with Yamamoto and a cast of young guns. Now, Roki Sasaki, the 24-year-old Japanese sensation acquired in a massive trade, was supposed to be the closer. But his debut? Disaster. In his first 8 starts, he surrendered 18 earned runs in 34 innings, his velocity plummeting to 92 to 95 miles per hour due to a right shoulder impingement, a nasty condition where tendons grind against bone, causing swelling and power loss. They yanked him, rebuilt his mechanics, and in the playoffs? Boom, 0.84 ERA, 3 saves, unhittable. He's now slated to start in 2026, skipping the WBC to focus. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the 25-year-old righty and World Series MVP, pitched a staggering 200-plus innings with 30 starts, a 2.50 ERA, and 180 strikeouts. He's suiting up for Japan in the WBC despite a short off-season. Tommy Edman, the utility infielder, had ankle surgery but is recovering with the Dodgers eyeing Miggy Rojas, Andy Pages, and Gavin Lux as backups. The Dodgers front office, led by the analytical wizard Andrew Friedman and manager Dave Roberts, built this empire on data and depth. But injuries? They're the kryptonite. Fans love the stars, but execs know the human body betrays even the best plans. And here's the conspiratorial twist. Is Friedman slow-playing Snell to force a narrative of resilience, or is he hiding a trade deadline panic? Now buckle up because this is where the conspiracy theories go wild. I'm talking front office sabotage, league-wide manipulation, and a plot so deep it could rewrite baseball history. Why is Snell being slow-played? Is it genuine caution, or is Friedman orchestrating a masterstroke to spotlight the depth guys? The Dodgers have 7 or 8 starters now: Gavin Stone, River Ryan, Emmett Sheehan, Justin Wroblewski, because let's face it, you can't squeeze 1,000 innings from 5 arms anymore. Pitchers are breaking like cheap bats. Is this a strategic ploy to build a super rotation, or a cover for Snell's impending implosion? And Sasaki? They're rushing to develop his third pitch, a curveball or slider, during spring training. What? Because if Snell craters, Sasaki's the 24-year-old savior. Yamamoto's WBC stint? Risky as hell, but it keeps him engaged, or is it a distraction from deeper issues? Edman's ankle? They're conservative, but why not unleash Hee-seop Choi, the $4 million speedster? This screams manipulation. Friedman and Roberts are playing chess, manipulating the media narrative to avoid panic. Fans are whispering, is the league rigging this? MLB's parody police forcing LA to over-rely on Ohtani and bets? Or is it internal sabotage, agents leaking Snell's fatigue to drive up trade value? Here's the crazy part. What if Snell's tired arm is code for something worse, like a labrum tear? And Sasaki's impingement? Did they push him too hard in Japan? The dots connect to a bigger plan. The Dodgers dynasty built on aces who might not last. What do you think? Is this genius strategy or a house of cards about to fall? Drop your theories below, because this conspiracy's got layers. Let's compare this mess to baseball's dark history, because patterns don't lie, and the Dodgers are repeating them like a bad sequel. Remember Clayton Kershaw's endless elbow surgeries? Or Walker Buehler's Tommy John that derailed his career? The Dodgers always rebuild around injuries, but this feels like the Angels' Ohtani disaster. Letting a superstar walk without a trade, costing them everything. Snell's shoulder woes mirror Garrett Cole's durability scares with the Yankees. Elite stuff, but fragility that haunts. Sasaki's impingement? Echoes Shohei Ohtani's pre-UCL elbow issues, power drops, mechanics off. Yamamoto's workload? Shades of Yu Darvish's innings limits before his decline. League-wide, rivals are salivating. The Padres, burned by Snell's departure, are gloating. The Giants, always LA's foil, see an opening. And Tarik Skubal? The Tigers' Cy Young ace is arbitration-bound, $32 million ask versus $19 million offer. If he gets that payday, do they trade him like the Angels didn't with Ohtani, or let him bolt? Dodgers fans are outraged. Why not pursue Skubal as Snell's backup? But Friedman's silent. This is the Dodgers' revolving door at second base redux. Depth is their shield, but injuries expose the chinks. Compared to past signings like the Padres' disastrous trades, this is LA's vulnerability laid bare. Rhetorical. Is history repeating, or is this the Dodgers' curse? Diving into the roster implications, because if Snell's out, the Dodgers' depth chart explodes like a firecracker. Rotation shifts. Stone and Ryan become frontline starters, projecting 3.50 to 4.00 ERAs with 150 to 180 innings each. Sheehan and Wroblewski get extended additions, filling gaps with their sinkers and sliders. Salary dynamics? Snell's $36 million is locked in, can't waste it, so depth is crucial. Development concerns? Sasaki needs that third pitch to handle 100-plus pitches as a starter. Without it, he's a one-trick pony. Yamamoto's WBC could sap his energy, risking a slow start. At second base, Edman's ankle means Choi's job to lose. He's a table setter with .280 potential, speed for 20 to 25 steals, and pop for 10 to 15 homers. But Roberts favors Rojas, contact hitter, and Page's power prospect. Positional depth is solid, Miggy from the right, Choi from the left, but if injuries pile up, it's imbalance. The Dodgers have $300 million invested. Can they win without full health? Rhetorical. Is this the end of their invincibility, or just a test of their resilience? And what about free agency ripples? Do they chase Skubal or another arm? The conspiracy deepens. Is Friedman hoarding prospects for trades or building for the future? Let's get granular with the scouting report, stats on deck, because knowledge is power. Snell, 2.35 ERA, 1.05 WHIP, 10.2 K/9 in 61 innings last year, elite ground ball rate at 50%. Strengths, unhittable stuff, playoff warrior. Weaknesses, shoulder durability, projections from analysts like Fangraphs peg him at 70% chance to start, but only 50% for 150-plus innings. Risk, chronic inflammation could lead to Tommy John. Sasaki, 99 to 100 miles per hour fastball, splitter with 40% whiff rate. Playoff ERA 0.84, but regular 4.76. Projections, with a third pitch, curve/slider, He hits 3.00 ERA, 200 strikeouts by All-Star break. Yamamoto, 2.50 ERA, 9.5 K/9, 200-plus innings, control freak. Weaknesses: short rest from WBC, fatigue projections drop him to 3.20 ERA early. Stone/Ryan, solid mid-rotation. Stone's 3.68 ERA in 2024, Ryan's 4.12, both project 160 innings. Edman, 2020 potential, but ankle limits to 120 games. Choi, .275/.340/.410/, 25 steals, versatile but inconsistent power. Bottom line: Dodgers staff is talented, but injuries turn aces into liabilities. Scouting whispers: Sasaki's impingement could recur. Snell's tired arm might be a red herring for something sinister. Oh, the outrage is palpable, folks. Rivals are foaming at the mouth. Padres fans? Celebrating Snell's potential downfall like it's Christmas. Giants execs? Plotting to exploit LA's weakness in the NL West. Media's in meltdown. ESPN's calling it Dodgers' fatal flaw. Bleacher Report speculating trades. Fans on Reddit and Twitter? Friedman must go. Snell's a bust. What? Because the Dodgers' dominance, back-to-back titles, threatens the league's parity. If Snell's down, it's open season. Mets, Phillies, even the Orioles could surge. Conspiracy theorists say MLB's manipulating injuries to level the field. Remember the Astros sign-stealing scandal? This feels rigged. People are furious. How does a $300 million team have these issues? It's shock, envy, and schadenfreude. And Skubal? Tigers fans are divided. Trade him for prospects or keep the ace. Dodgers nation's pleading for a blockbuster. The league's watching and the pressure's on. Zooming out, this isn't just a season killer, it's a dynasty shaker. Snell's shortened year pressures Yamamoto and Sasaki, forcing depth reliance. Free agency? Dodgers might pivot to Skubal or Corbin Burns if Snell's out. League balance? LA's edge erodes, sparking parity. For 2025? Expect a grind, depth wins, but injuries could cost the division. Long term? Dodgers adapt, but if Snell's done, it's a rebuild. For baseball? Pitchers' limits exposed, workloads are the enemy. Uneasy is the head that wears the crown, and LA's tiara's slipping. Phew, Dodgers Nation, we've dissected this conspiracy like a autopsy, and it's a wild ride. Snell's arm could be the dagger, Sasaki's rise the lifeline, but injuries? They're the ultimate plot twist. What do you think? Panic or master plan? Is Friedman trading Sasaki for Skubal? Drop your hot takes. Snell bombs or bounces back? Sasaki's third pitch game changer? Like, subscribe, share with every fan, hit the bell for alerts. I'm Jim Rodriguez on Dodgers Latest, X and IG at JROD Show. Spring training's looming, drama's peaking. Stay tuned because the Dodgers' fate hangs in the balance. What's your verdict? Let's go.